the National Football League on EA Sports. And up next, we'll see Jalen Hurts. It doesn't get a lot better than his last game, going over 500 yards. It's the Eagles and the Commanders, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 23.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland.
Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
It is fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Commanders trot to the field for their first possession, and it's the 7th-year quarterback out of North Dakota State leading the way. His third NFL team, Carson Wentz. Wentz to throw on the first play from scrimmage.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. The 40.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
To throw is Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel.
Touchdown, Washington! Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Commanders march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. A solid stiff arm. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13. The first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First carry here for Ken Walker.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That play stopped at its tracks by lineman Fadarian Mathis. The Eagles are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind is certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always top NFL.
And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Charles, a look now at their class from this past. Certainly for them, it began in the trenches. They brought in a guy who was a favorite prospect of many teams, and certainly they're hoping that he's going to have a big impact right away.
And going with a lineman isn't always the most exciting pick for a fan base, but we also know that this is the type of pick that solidifies that position and lets the team worry about patching holes in other areas and getting exciting with other players.
A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Hurts going to give it to Sanders on the option. He's got it to the 43 here.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to find that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Hurts. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long.
Looking to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick. And the Commanders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they have to start thinking about keeping the tight end.
And it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
Out to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Had to get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that tough rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that's a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
But both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice way. What a run from that position on their own goal line.
Gave them some good breathing room.
I wonder now, do you still stack the line of scrimmage, or do you play normal defense? They may have backed him off with that run.
And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Charles, a nice play there, wasting no time making his presence felt for this defense.
And you know, we heard the same conversation around the league. A lot of people...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Ball at the 8 here for 2nd and a yard. Maybe a touch less. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Ken Walker
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Elliott good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from the rookie, Ken Walker.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break. Week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
To throw, it's Wentz.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. A big game here for Carson Wentz. He mostly got cheers. Some boos smattered in when he was announced before the game. But 35-32-1 was Wentz in his 5 years as the Phillies starter. His best year, well, you remember that one, 2017, finished 3rd at MVP voting. But a knee injury ended his season late and opened the door for Nick Foles to carry the Eagles to a Super Bowl title. A throw to the flat here from McKissick.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
That was just a good example of taking what the defense gave him. No one opened downfield, knew where his safety valve was, swung it out to him. He gets upfield and picks up the first down. Well done all the way around.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wentz again. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Throwing is Wentz.
On Wentz is intercepted yet again.
Darius Slay with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now that's a mound of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And this is caught by Watkins.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
And this is caught. It's Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 48 yards.
And the Eagles have taken the lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's capped off by an A.J. Brown touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn. I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Hurts.
He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 17 yards out.
And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns.
Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The Commanders' offense set to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz
completes this to J.D. McKissick out of the backfield.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Throwing now is Wentz. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Being chased out left. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. And
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
But it looked like Washington got it back, and indeed they did. It remains Commanders football.
They'll run with McKissick.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
On third down, Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Jets out to the early lead. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along.
Go street. 50 Maverick. 50 Maverick. 18 Pioneer.
On first and 10, it's Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. They've got his man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Eagles are able to add on to their first half lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Commanders back out late in this first half. Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. After the sack on first down, Wentz nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Eagles have recovered.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, here's Walker. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Kenneth Walker as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Washington going to go on offense one last time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
So we've reached halftime here, and no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that. Against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go, 1st and 10.
Ready? Bring it.
Third quarter begins with a run by Walker.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Reno!
And he's got room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
40 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory.
Ready? Go!
A gain of 5 brings us 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. They got 5 through the air last play. 1st and 10.
I know flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
The offensive line, they're getting it done.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Bronco switch.
Again, it's Walker.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got him.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 29-yard line.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Hurts fumbles it.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now Wentz on third down. Forced out to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. This is taken at the 15. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time, the fumble to turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
79 Broncos. Warrior 70.
Throwing is Hurts.
This is Smith with a grab.
And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Eagles.
Check. 70 Rangers. 18 Rangers. 18 Buffalo 18.
They'll set up a throw. That's caught at the 25.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch it. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
On the jump. Check.
Here's Walker.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Again, Walker.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith
With his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Elliott now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays.
And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Wentz now on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Working from the gun, Wentz. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Wentz to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
T.J. Edwards in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Get something together. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go, fellas.
Here we go.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38.
3, 19 tight, 19 tight.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete.
But at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll look to throw here. Complete. Smith has it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31.
They go play action with Hurts.
Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Trying the left side with Walker.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. Too, probably. That would have cost them yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
And now off to the races, down the right side.
Touchdown, Washington.
Curtis Samuel, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. The extra point by Sly is up and good
as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Taken in at the 3.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much well in the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field are already making plans for the evening.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Warriors 17. 18, Buffalo 18.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Hurts.
He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon.
Come on. Hey.
From the gun, it's Walker.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Ready? Back to 60.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And now here's another interception. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 23 yards the pickup there. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Unlock right. Unlock left.
Running left is Walker.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Wentz.
Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early, but give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Back to 60. Panther 11. Panther 11.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking here for Smith downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Come on, come on. Hey. Riggs. Nothing 19. 7 Pirates.
On first down, Hurts. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only